The All-Star Game is here in Denver, and it is shining a light on a question that a lot of Black athletes are asking. Where have all our heroes gone? This is a question that CPR's Vela has been looking into. Vic, I want to talk to you about this. This isn't something that's just at the professional level. You found this is at all levels of the sport. Tell me what you found.
Yeah, it's amazing. When we think about the history of baseball, and baseball has such a rich, incredible history, like it's a game of giants, and many of them were African American, and names that you don't even need to be a big baseball fan to even know who. Willie Mays. Everyone knows who Willie Mays was. Hank Aaron, and then the monikers that some of the players had, like Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Like these were household names who contributed to the incredible history of baseball. The percentage of Black players in the majors was anywhere from 17 to 19% on average, probably about 18% on average. But over the years, their numbers have declined. And so opening day of this year, only 7.6% of players on major league rosters were Black. And as you mentioned at the start, there's fewer Blacks playing baseball at all levels, from T-ball through college. And that's a big deal, because when kids don't see themselves represented in a sport, they're less inclined to play it.
And let's talk about the reasons behind that. Why are we seeing this decline? What's going into that?
Yeah, and that's something that Major League Baseball it has been looking into for a long time. And I think one of the big things right at the top of the list is cost. It's just, baseball has just become a more expensive sport to play. The equipment itself is more expensive just to get started. And then if you're really good and you want to be seen, by people like college recruits or major league recruits. You got to play in, or you largely have to play in club sports, and club sports offer these kids a chance to showcase their talents in front of these scouts, and playing with a lot of players who are also good. But the problem with club sports is they can cost thousands of dollars. So that's one thing. And I think also, the popularity of the NFL and the NBA these days really outshines baseball. Look at the superstars in the NBA. The NBA is such a sport with great representation from African American athletes. Again, those names, you remember I mentioned at the top, Willie, Hank, Mr. Cub. Well, and in the NBA, there's LeBron, KD, right? Like the Joker.
So what's being done to address this?
Yeah, Major League Baseball, to their credit, has tried, and you can argue whether they've tried enough. Commissioner Rob Manfred recently announced just Monday that baseball was going to give at least $100 million over the next 10 years to the Players Alliance. And the Players Alliance is a nonprofit made up of current and former Black baseball players who dedicate time and money to underserved communities. There's the RBI, Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities program, which does something similar, trying to get younger kids in underserved communities playing. So baseball is not unaware. They are very aware that this is an issue, and so they're trying to address it at those early stages where kids are trying to find their favorite sport.
So will we see that